Hey everybody, this is what I thought about the E3 Expo this year. I watched the live streams and kept up on news, but I didn't really pay too much attention to it once I got past the live streams of the conferences and such. Um, the gameplay in the background is Warframe. PS4 is having this big push to free-to-play games. Warframe is on PS4. I figured it's appropriate. So, um, at any rate, there wasn't all that much that was really noteworthy about this year's E3, to be honest with you. They showed off a fair number of games that are coming out next year. Not all that much coming out this year, really. Seeing more stuff for Xbox and PS4 than you're seeing for the Wii U, which is really sad because Wii U's been out for 2 years now, and there's almost no reason to get it. So, that's pretty depressing. But I'm just going to go through a few of the things that I found noteworthy. At least things that I actually gave a crap about, because EA Sports stuff I didn't give a crap about at all. Any of the racing games, don't care. So there were just things I didn't pay attention to. There's a new Call of Duty coming this year. Looks okay. Looks like Call of Duty. What do you expect, right? It'll probably be pretty decent. The last Call of Duty game I actually got was Modern Warfare 3. That was back in 2011, so you got to keep that in mind. I'm basically done with that series at this point. I mean, I'll play it on occasion. If they have free weekends or something, I might jump in on that just to see how it is. But I'm certainly not going to get those games at full price. There's no reason for it. The big thing at Microsoft's conference, as far as I was concerned, was Witcher 3. It looks amazing. I'm very curious to see how it actually turns out. Very pumped for that. But I actually knew about that from the GOG conference that they had before E3 even began. They were showing off some things with that. They showed off the fuller gameplay demo, which is what was really impressive to me. So I'm very curious to see how that turns out. Very pumped for that one. The other things that Microsoft showed off, Halo, meh, whatever, don't care. Dead Rising 3's DLC looked hilarious. I was very pleasantly surprised at that. Capcom finally grew a sense of humor and can make fun of themselves. It's great. Sunset Overdrive actually looks really fun. I was very pleasantly surprised by that. It looks like it has a great sense of humor about it. Very bright, very colorful. Absolutely pumped for that whole resurgence of color in games thing. You're seeing a lot more of that if you noticed. And it's just great. I'm so tired of the brown and gray and realistic crap. So, we'll see. It's an Xbox One exclusive, so unfortunately, not going to be doing anything with that, at least not initially. If I do ever get an Xbox One, I might do a review of it or something like that, but yeah. Rise of the Tomb Raider. I still need to finish the Tomb Raider reboot. In fact, I need to play through the entire thing. I haven't even started it, so I now at least have a reason to do that. Evolve looks I'm not really all that excited about it. Then again, co-op games depend entirely on who you're playing with, so that's the big problem with that. Project Spark looks interesting. I'm curious to see what happens with that. But I'm not really optimistic about it, per se. They also announced a few other things at their conference, like a new Crackdown game, a new Phantom Dust, which is kind of interesting because that was this very obscure game that never really got a lot of popularity. It's a cult hit, basically, on the original Xbox. And I never played it, so I might actually see if I can find a copy of that somewhere just to see what it is. At any rate, it looked kind of interesting. They also showed off a new Fable game. Seriously, guys, why? And this is on top of the news that Fable Anniversary Edition is coming to PC, and people were gushing over it. I'm like, seriously? Pardon my French, but what the fuck is wrong with people? Fable is awful. The original game was not good. It was mediocre at best. The second and third games, oh man. I'm going to review those eventually, but oh geez. My experiences with those, it's just depressing. And this new one just looks even worse. I don't know how they managed it, but they did. At any rate, moving on to other things. EA's big things. Mass Effect, we'll see. Cautious optimism. The problem with BioWare is pretty much everybody who made them great has left the company. So, pretty much no excitement anymore for them. Dragon Age Inquisition, meh, we'll see. I'm probably not going to get full price. Battlefront, don't care anymore. It's DICE. DICE has not made a good game since, a truly good game since Battlefield 2. I didn't play much of 2142, so I can't really speak to that one. But think about that for a second. Battlefield 2 came out in 2005, and that was the last time they made a truly good game. In fact, it's the only truly good game they've ever made. So, it's pretty depressing. There's a new Battlefield game, Hardline. Looks hilariously bad. I am not going to get in on the beta. Don't even try to persuade me. It would run like total crap. It's Frostbite. It's guaranteed to run like crap. And plus, I've heard of problems with the tick rate, because they fixed that in Battlefield 4, apparently. But they never fixed it in Battlefield 3, nor have they fixed it in Hardline yet, so problems there. Mirror's Edge 2, they didn't show much of, but I hope that it ends up being better than the first one. Because the first one had so much potential, and they just kind of squandered it. So, Ubisoft had a pretty poor showing at E3, actually, apart from Far Cry 4 and Rainbow Six Siege. The Division, I'm really getting the Watch Dogs vibe from The Division, as in they keep showing it off at E3, and it looks fantastic, and then it's probably not going to be anywhere near as good as they're showing it off to be. So, Rainbow Six Siege looks really interesting. I really hope it's good, and I really hope it's a return to a proper tactical FPS as opposed to just an FPS with some tactical elements like the two Vegas games were. Don't get me wrong, I liked the two Rainbow Six Vegas games as just decent FPSs, but they weren't really that great at being Rainbow Six games. So we'll see how Siege goes. Far Cry 4 looks pretty good. That's to be expected. It's Far Cry. So we'll see how that turns out. I'll pick it up eventually, and I'll certainly review it. But it looks interesting. The new villain is certainly no Voss, but he's interesting in his own way. Voiced by Troy Baker, so can't really go wrong there. New Assassin's Creed game, that just looks pathetic. I'm sorry. The setting looks interesting, but it's just every other AC game ever. And so it's like, don't really care. They showed off some dancing game too, and I didn't really care about that either. So, you move on to stuff Sony showed off. They showed off some Far Cry 4 gameplay. But the thing they started with was Destiny. They've been really big on Destiny. Destiny does not look that great, guys. If it ever comes to PC, I'll check it out, but I'm really not optimistic about it. It just looks like friggin' Halo mixed with Borderlands. Meh. They showed off some more Metal Gear Solid 5 trailer stuff. We'll see. Not really horribly excited about it, but we'll see. It looks okay. They showed off some Arkham Knight gameplay. Looks really interesting. The Bat tank is kind of stupid, but other than that, I hope that the game ends up being better than Arkham City. I will certainly review Arkham City when I get the chance. And don't get me wrong, saying it, I hope it's better than Arkham City is not necessarily a bad thing. You will see when I get to that review. They showed off some more of the Order 1886. That game is just such a mess these days. It's pretty depressing, really. It's just one of those games trying to show off graphical fidelity and nothing else. I really think it's gonna suffer for that. So we'll see. There's a new Suda51 game in the works. We'll see where that goes. It's PS4 exclusive, so it's not really high on my radar right now. New game from Software called Bloodborne. I think that's also a PS4 exclusive, so it's not really high on my priorities either, but looks kind of interesting. Dead Island 2. Oh, guys, come on. Really? Dead Island 2, really? Anyway, I will review Dead Island later this year. You'll see why I'm saying really, guys, really. At any rate, Magicka 2, yes! Pumped. Their partnership with Devolver Digital is going to be a good thing, I think. It's good to see Devolver getting games onto other systems than just PC and things like that. So, it's good to see them expanding. Devolver's a good publisher, so even if they release a game that's not all that great or has a lot of technical problems or something like that, they're really good about supporting it and things like that. So I like Devolver Digital, and it's good to see them expanding. They showed off a spoilerific trailer for The Last of Us Remastered. I still haven't played that, so yeah, great spoilers, huh? And their supposed big surprise of this year's conference was their teaser trailer for Uncharted 4. Was this really a surprise to anyone? I have to ask that. It wasn't a surprise to me at all. I haven't even played any of the Uncharted games, and it was not at all surprising to me that they're showing it off. Because remember, according to pretty much everybody, Naughty Dog cannot make a bad game. Except that I've never played any of their games, so I have no idea. Anyway, I guess we'll see. But the big surprise for the Sony conference was the remaster of Grim Fandango. You have no idea how excited I am for that if it comes to PC. If it stays a PS4, PS Vita exclusive, I am going to be furious. Absolutely furious. Because it's Grim Fandango, man. Come on. Anyway, moving on. Nintendo had a really poor showing this year. They don't seem to get it. The Wii U has been out for 2 years now. They need games. They need games to draw people to their system. The closest thing they have to it right now is Mario Kart. That's it. All their other big things are coming out next year. This is depressing. I don't want to see Nintendo failing like this. And instead of announcing big games coming to it this year, I mean, the only big games that's coming this year, as far as I can tell, are Super Smash Bros. And Bayonetta 2. Which, both of those look fine. In fact, Smash Bros. Looks really fun. But what's with the whole amiibo thing? They're focusing, like, they put a big thing on that, and then they're like, the rest of these games are just going to be coming out next year. Maybe. Come on, guys. Seriously. Anyway, Hyrule Warriors, it's a Dynasty Warriors game. We'll see, I guess. I have no idea how that's going to work. I've never played any of the Dynasty Warriors games, so I guess we'll see. Mario Maker, it's finally a thing, I guess. The new Zelda, if it actually is a truly open-world game, should be pretty interesting. Yeah, we'll see where that goes. This game kind of came out of nowhere, Splatoon. I don't even know what to make of that. It looks really weird and interesting, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, there were only a few other things that were really noteworthy at this year's E3 for me, and those were the announcement of Doom 4 being revealed at QuakeCon. It's another Doom reboot, basically. Not at all excited for it. I can guarantee you it's pretty much just going to be Doom 3 with prettier graphics. You know why I know this? Because they took the trailer seriously. You don't take Doom seriously. Ever. And yet they're doing it. What is wrong with these people? Actually, I shouldn't be that surprised. Pretty much everybody who made id Software great has left it too. At any rate, not at all excited for Doom 4. Just retitled to Doom now. So, I guess we'll see at QuakeCon. Payday 2 has been announced for PS4 and Xbox One. Oh boy. That's going to be hilarious because that game's barely functional even on PC. Guilty Gear Xrd is coming to PS3 and PS4. Okay. I mean, I can get behind that. Guilty Gear is pretty cool. So I've been looking forward to Guilty Gear Xrd because it looks pretty interesting. But at any rate, it's PS3 and PS4 exclusive, so we'll see. Then the big one that was kind of surprising to me was Homefront: The Revolution. Oddly enough, it looks decent. I'm getting a definite like Red Faction guerrilla vibe from it, so we'll see where it goes. Crytek really hasn't made any great games since Far Cry, so we'll see. Maybe they'll do better than the original Homefront was, but I don't know. But anyway, that's pretty much what I thought about E3 this year. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for watching.